just remove the passenger side thing so that I could get to the AC compressor. Okay, AC compressor. I cannot tell, besides the obvious. I think that's one, and that's one. I can't tell what else is holding it to the block. And when you get underneath it, it's even a bigger mystery. So I'm going to start with those two, right there, and try wiggling and find out, see if I can figure out where the other two are. There's two more on the bottom someplace. And after watching video after video on YouTube, nobody seems to tell you exactly where they are. I guess that's one of those things where a smart person would just know. There's also a purple connector right there that I'm probably going to end up labeling with a number. Alright, air compressor sensor is marked with a 9. Come on, focus, baby. 9, and it's purple. 9. Let's get to the bolts. This is where we are. There's the compressor right there. There's another sensor. The thing with the sensor is there's a clip or some sort of whatever you want to call this thing holding it in so it doesn't get all over the place, get all caught up in the fan and stuff. But the only way to disconnect the sensor is to lift it. It's clipped in right here, and it's also clipped over there. I already accidentally unclipped it. So there it is, it's unclipped. But it's coming up through there, and then it kind of folds over and gets tucked back down. So just remember that. And this is what the sensor looks like. It's all black. So that is coming right there out of the AC compressor. Alright, just got to undo that sensor. Alright, I tried labeling that blue sensor down there, same one we just talked about. Tried labeling it with a 10, but the 10 just flew right off. So that one's labeled with a 10 right there. So this black guy with the green and black wire and the 10 even stays on, goes into that blue one way down there. Alright. I don't know whether it's that I'm just losing my patience or whether this thing's really a fucking pain in the ass, but I pulled this bolt right here and this one right here. As you can tell, one is different from the other, and I didn't make a note of which one of which. I'm assuming that the longer one has to go through more stuff, so I'm assuming the longer one goes here and the shorter one goes here. But this is the bracket. Alright, this thing doesn't move at all. I mean, it is, I can't hold the camera in, but so I'm going to go after this one next and see if that allows this thing to move at all, because it just doesn't move at all. So far we got those two, and now I'm going after this one, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Well, as logic would dictate, it's the longest because it's got to go through this big thing right here. So it has been slow going on these bolts on the bottom. The only thing I was able to get to work, this guy right here, and it kind of came in kind of all the way from the front. Kind of hard to see, but that is how I'm getting that bottom bolt off. Here's a, I don't know whether I can see a different angle or not, but that's looking straight up at it. And then if I were to just kind of bring the camera down a little bit, you can see where the wrench is. That's the open inside of the wrench, and it's kind of horizontal, and it is a bitch to get to. That's all I got to say. There it is right there, hopefully, because there doesn't seem to be any other good views of it. So I'm going to do that one first because this one's a lot easier to get to. So that one right there is right below the pulley. So if you can find the one right below the pulley, this guy is just about 6 inches to his left. And that's the slow go. But hopefully it'll work. Any way to get that? Any way to get that clear? Well, anyhow, I'm trying to film and wrench at the same time. But here's the front bolt. Can't see shit, can you? Can't see fucking shit. I can't see shit. It is nearly impossible to film and wrench at the same time. But that is a front bottom AC compressor bitch right there. And this ratcheting wrench is a dream. That's the tool for this bitch. Okay. Alright, enough of that nonsense. Okay, AC compressor bolts. That clean one was the front one that I just pulled off, the last one. The black one next to it, to the left, to its left, is the one that was the hardest to get to, but not the hardest to get off. And then these three, those were the top. So those are the top. Obviously the length should be obvious based on what it's being affixed to. And here are the two on the bottom, with the cleaner of the two being the one to the front of the car, and the dirtier of the two being to the rear of the car. There's all 5 of them. AC compressor bolts bag.